Welcome to DACCCAST on the road. I'm Mary Anderson.
And I'm Landon Frazier. We are here today with Dana Wheeler.
Hello.
And what are we making today?
We're excited. We're going to make some sweet and sour chicken. We're going to skip the rice today, but we'll make the chicken. Rice is pretty simple, everybody. So just to give you, if you're at home and you're looking for something to do and you want to make something, you can't get the Panda Express. That's my favorite. Not sweet and sour, I'm sorry, orange chicken. So then you're going to be able to do this on your own. I've made a few substitutes, maybe for things that you don't have around in your pantry. So we're going to work right through this.
Just kind of walk us through
Yes.
what you want us to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, I have, and I'm using a cast iron skillet, and I have just a little bit of oil in there heating up, so it's good to go when we go. And I've mise en placed everything. So mise en place, that's a chef's term for getting everything in place. I've pre-measured, so hopefully all I have to do is grab it and we're good. So first we're going to make what we call a breading station. So for a breading station, we have, you usually have flour, and then you have your dip, and then you have, this is a cornstarch mixture because that's lighter. We're going to add a little pepper, and it called for quite a bit of salt, so I'm not going to use quite as much. You can always add salt, but you can't take it out. So if you taste it at the end and it needs a little more, you can always add it. Any questions yet?
I don't have any questions.
I don't either.
Okay, we have, we're going to whisk our eggs a little. I have some eggs in here. And this recipe's a little different, but we're going to add some oil to our eggs. So basically, all that the seasoning is in this cornstarch is salt and pepper. A lot of your seasoning is going to be in the sauce that we're going to make once we get this started. Okay, we've pre-cut our chicken. We just cut it into strips, which you can do, or you can cut it into chunks, whatever you like. Strips is just faster. So we're just dipping it and dipping it. Now, like I said, I've preheated this. Let's make sure it's good and hot. Not quite hot enough yet. If your grease isn't hot enough when you do it, then your food's going to be greasy. So not too hot. So you don't want it to start smoking. That's a bad sign. So then you want to turn it down. But we want it hot enough so when I put it in there, it starts bubbling, okay? So we'll just go ahead and bread up a few of these. And then while I'm doing this, I'm going to have you guys start on the sauce.
Okay.
Now I have some oranges over there. And what I'm going to have you do is grab an orange, and I'm going to have you use my zester. I only have one zester, but
We can take
you
turns.
can grab that. Yeah, we want to take the labels off.
I don't have any.
Now this calls for orange zest. So what you're going to do, this is a zester. Nowadays they call it a microplane, but it's a zester. So you're going to just take that and run that up and down. But you don't want to get the white part of the orange, and you can actually do it over this bowl. You just want the orange part. You might have to push a little. There you go. And you'll see it coming off in the bowl. And then turn the orange as you do it. You're good. And I hear this bubbling. So I'm going to go ahead.
While we're doing this, how about you tell us a little bit about what you do here at DAC and like what your daily routine is?
Well, that's one reason I like it here is because my routine is never the same every day. I do teach 2 high school classes, College Express, and then I also teach adult classes, and they receive their certification in culinary arts. We also do events for DAC, and this is a way for the students to get more experience in the actual hands-on process. We did one last night for 120 people, so we we used all China, and it was quite a bit of hands-on. So we do a little bit of everything here. But that's what keeps it interesting. The adults can come back, and we have the adult classes, and we have different classes. Like every semester, it's different. So one might be meats.
Is anything coming off of this orange?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Just tap it on the bowl and it'll come right out. There you go. And you get that one done, you can just move on to the next one. We're making a little bit bigger batch so everybody can have some. And then what we're going to do is cut that orange and get some juice out. Like I said, Brad, would you want to come over and continue to bread this chicken and fry it for me? This is Mr. Wheeler, and he's also a part of the culinary program, and he's a big help. Okay, for the sauce, because we want to start on the sauce, we are going to add, the recipe called for rice wine, which is really sweet, but that's not something you have a lot in your pantry.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed some white cooking wine, and I'm going to use some of that. Looks good. And then I'm going to add some cornstarch. And cornstarch is what's going to make it thick. You want to whisk that around. And what happens with cornstarch is you always have to mix it with cold liquid, or you're going to have lumps in your sauce. So we have cornstarch in there. We're going to add a little rice wine vinegar. That's pretty strong. We're going to add some sesame oil. We're going to add some soy sauce. And again, soy sauce is very salty. You can buy a low sodium soy sauce, so you may not add quite all that it calls for. We can always add more later. I don't have any fresh garlic today. We used it all yesterday, so I'm just going to put a smidget garlic powder, some ginger, which it calls for ginger root. And again, I just didn't have that laying around. Some sugar. A lot of that you're smelling is the vinegar. And we're going to add some water. How you doing there?
How much should that be?
Yeah, is this enough?
Yeah, let's use that. That'll work. We'll make it enough, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to dump that in here.
I mean,
Here we go. Let me grab one more, and we'll take it to town. And you can lay this on here.
oh, yeah.
See, she's the expert here. We are not. So.
No, that's fine. And this is a small one. You can get bigger microplanes. And you have to be careful because these will nip your finger because it's sharp. Okay. A little orange zest goes a long way. We'll go ahead and add this. Now the recipe didn't call for this, but you know what? Because I've used fresh oranges, I'm just going to go ahead and add some fresh squeezed orange juice. I can do this without getting the seeds, just a little, and they're not giving me very much. But you know what? Beans were in a hurry. Sorry, sweetie. I have this, just in case. Orange juice. Yeah. We're going to put a few squirts of this in. And I'm just kind of eyeballing some of this, so we'll taste it when we're done, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to put this on the heat, and we're going to start low. And the thing with cornstarch is it has to be a continual stirring process, or it'll get real thick and lumpy. And that's what keeps it nice and thin. So can I put this over here? Okay, we're going to turn this on. You want to just kind of stand there and just slowly just stir it like that. Mr. Wheeler has the chicken going. So just going to clean this up a little.
I'm just standing here looking pretty.
So I think we put everything in there, guys. We got garlic powder, we got ginger, soy sauce, sesame oil.
I was going to town on the orange, so I didn't pay attention.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if we got it all. I can't tell you.
Some sugar. I think we did.
So how long would this normally take if we weren't doing it a little bit
Well,
faster?
it took me probably 15 minutes to get all the ingredients together.
Okay.
And then you saw if you're doing it by yourself in order to cut the chicken and all that. So, and you can just use a boneless chicken breast to cut to use for this. And what I have here is a pan with a rack in it so that it will drain a little. Nothing worse than greasy chicken. And these are really kind of pale. What we could have done is we could have added some panko breadcrumbs, which I like to do a lot. Makes it a little crunchier. But this is a good start. This grease was clean. You'll see how pretty those look. And these are almost ready. They don't take that long. If you have one of those little deep fryers, or you can even try your air fryer. My son loves his air fryer.
Me too. I make everything in the air fryer.
So you can try that. I'm old-fashioned, so I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
But that's really hard for me. I'm just so used to doing it the old way.
Yeah. What is your passion about cooking? Have you always loved cooking?
Yes, I've been doing this probably since I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I've worked in a lot of different places. I've had my own catering business here in town for 18 years. Managed a few places. And I never thought I would teach, but I've been here for 10 years. And once I started, I love it. I love the interaction with the kids. And with cooking, there's something about when you make something and if someone tastes it and says, oh, that's so good. That's where you get your satisfaction. So sometimes it's a lot of hard work, but it's always worth it in the end.
How many meals would you say you cook a day here at DACCCAST?
Well, we don't actually cook whole meals. We, each class, depending on what the class covers, might do something that's a specialty for that section.
Okay.
So high school kids, we would make chicken strips. They would make cookies. Some kids who come in here in high school have never done anything but use a microwave. So they're learning everything
Me.
from scratch. So safety, food safety, we talk about that. So you don't make yourself sick in the process. Just a lot of different things. The high school kids do receive their food handler certification. So they take that, it's an online and they get a certificate for that. So that if they want to go out and get a job in a restaurant, then they'll have that to help them. And some of this, now you got to watch with this chicken too, is because it will splash. You don't want it to pop on you because it'll burn. See, these are done, and I can tell they're done by looking at it.
They look good. Yeah, they look like little chicken strips.
They do.
Well, you can cut them, like in the little nuggets, but it takes longer. So why not just...
Yeah.
I like a good chicken strip.
Me too.
I love chicken strips.
Yeah. I'm all for, if it's just for me or, the family and it's going to taste the same, whether it's a strip or a chunk, I go for easier,
How do we know when this is done?
That will get thick. Is it starting to get thick?
Not really.
Okay, here, I'll take over then. What I'm gonna do is just, sometimes, and I tell the kids this, if you stir it too fast, when you're stirring it, you're cooling down the product, so it takes longer. But that should be done in just a couple minutes. And then you guys will be able to try this. Oh, I was gonna say, if you're not sure and you have, everyone should have a thermometer at home, a meat thermometer. Chicken should be 165 degrees if you want to take its temperature. And that's how you know it's done. Now these are going to be real light because we use cornstarch. A lot of times I'll mix cornstarch and flour together to get a lighter breading. And then if I want it to be crunchy, I'll add a few panko. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. This is enough to try it.
Oh yeah, now it's getting thick.
Is it getting
Oh,
thick?
like how did it got thick like in 2 seconds?
Yeah. Now, this is a part where it's good catch. We are going to add, because that is thick, right?
Oh wow.
So what we're going to do is, we're going to add some crushed red pepper. That's not really crushed.
Is it gonna be spicy?
And we're going to add,
I don't know.
I'm going to add some more orange juice to it.
Is this going to be spicy?
No, I didn't make it
There's
real
your
spicy.
question. Yeah.
If you want it real spicy, you can add some cayenne pepper, or you can chop up a hot red pepper. You can put jalapeno in this. You can put whatever you want in it. I'm old and I can't eat spicy, so, but I know the kids like it. That is still. Mr. Wheeler, can you hand me a spoon so we can evaluate the situation and see what we need to add to it? Those look good. And I can either add orange juice, I can add some more. I have vinegar here if it's not got enough of that. Or I have more sugar I can add, I have more soy sauce. All these are things that we didn't add enough of because we were gonna wait and taste it. I can add a little more water, because actually the real recipe didn't even call for orange juice. I don't know why, orange chicken. It said called for orange zest. Always taste your food before you serve it. Has a good flavor. We just need to get rid of some of that thick. And that's because I put too much cornstarch in it. We'll go ahead and give it another squirt of orange juice. We'll give it some more of that soy sauce there. And we'll give it a little more of that vinegar. And we have, there we go. Is that looking better? Now this is homemade, so it won't be the same as. Go ahead and give me the rest of that sugar too. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add that. But I did not add any more salt, so. Okay. I'm gonna get you a little dish out. Is there any plates over there, Brad?
Is it done? We're
Yeah.
done?
We are done. We're gonna dip up some sauce for you.
I don't cook,
Hot.
so this is
I
a whole
know.
new thing.
Thank you.
We needed 2 people to grab one.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna pour a little sauce in your dishes. Try to keep away from the chicken. There's that. Sometimes I'm bad when I start mixing things and someone will ask me, what's the recipe, and I can't tell them because I've mixed too many things together. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, it might be a little hot.
I'm a big chicken tender fan.
Let me get a clean tong.
Just like grab it.
She said she's gonna
Oh, okay.
So
We could do DACCCAST still. We could ask within.
There you go. You're welcome.
this is my lunch.
Bon appetit.
So excited. Here, what this one?
Yeah. I guess.
If it's bad, don't say anything.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
It's sweet.
It is. It's very good.
And like, yeah, if you buy orange chicken somewhere else, sometimes it is kind of hot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so hot I can't eat it. So, because it varies which day you go in there and get it. So, you know, I would rather make it like that. And then if someone wants to add something to make theirs spicier, they can do that.
Definitely. Do you think we should do that? So we play this game at the end of all of our episodes. This is a special, so it's a little bit different. And we are going to answer the questions that we ask with you.
Okay.
So they're just a little this or that questions. So cooking or baking?
Baking.
Baking.
I don't have my
Cooking
paper.
or baking?
Oh.
You get to answer too.
Oh.
Because it's a special.
Well, I don't do either, but baking.
Cakes or pastries?
Cakes.
Cakes.
Yeah.
Homemade or home baked?
Homemade.
I agree.
Yep.
Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Sweet.
I don't know. I think I'm salty.
I have a terrible sweet tooth. It's not good.
Me too. Breakfast or lunch?
I like breakfast.
I like lunch.
I like biscuits and gravy and
I like
Okay, I like breakfast
lunch,
food,
yes.
but I don't eat it at breakfast time. So
right.
I don't eat breakfast that much. So lunch, I guess. But I
Okay.
like breakfast
I don't
food.
eat breakfast that much either, but I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that kind of food.
Restaurant or eat at home?
I just redid my kitchen, so I've had to eat in a restaurant for 5 months.
Wow.
I am ready to eat at home.
Yeah,
I like eating at home too.
I like restaurant.
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah. Pizza or tacos?
These are hard. I mean, how can you choose between pizza and tacos?
I choose
tacos.
pizza. Pizza.
Yeah,
Hot dog or hamburger?
hamburger.
That's all our questions.
Okay.
I think that this was a success.
Yeah.
How do you rate it? What do you think?
I don't know.
can be
I'm not gonna go
honest.
first in case mine's like higher or lower. So yeah, everybody else go first.
I would eat this. I mean, any day of the week, honestly.
I'd
So,
give it like an 8.5. But I'm
Okay.
not a big orange chicken person, so.
Oh, that's
I've
fine.
never had orange chicken in my life.
Me either.
And this is
And now
I feel like it's great.
I mean, I've had tastes of it. That's not what I meant. But I've never had it as like a meal.
Yeah.
And because I've
I
never
have
been.
one other thing I'm going to pull out that you can also have a taste of. We can cut this for you.
Oh my
And you
goodness.
asked me if I liked cake or pastry. I love to
Yes.
bake. We love to bake here.
Yes.
So this is a made from scratch peanut butter pie, if you don't have any nut allergies. So we can cut this and you can try this later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you. It's a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having us here. Thank you for watching DACCCAST.
This has been an enjoyable experience. I hope you guys come back. I wanted to let people know that if they're interested in signing up for these classes, maybe they know how to cook and they just want to go further into that, or they don't know anything about cooking and they're starting from the very basics, that we do offer these as elective classes. So maybe you don't want to do this for a living, but you just want to learn a little more, you can sign up for these classes too.
Thank you, Dana.
Yeah, thank you.